Returning to the latest on the Air Canada flight attendant settlement, the airline is currently working to get thousands of grounded planes back in the air. That sounds like a logistical nightmare. To help us understand what goes into the process is aviation analyst John Graddick, who joins us now. John, thanks so much for being with us. So what's the first thing Air Canada has to do here?
Take a deep breath and get phone numbers and text mail messages out to a bunch of people. It is going to be a difficult period to get everybody back in the air. 240 airplanes have got to get in the air fairly quickly with crews and with flight attendants to do both the outbound as well as the return portion. So the biggest challenge Air Canada has now is to get flight ops crew, pilots and flight attendants to those destinations they're going to be flying to from over the next few days. Make sure they've arrived in places like Manila, Sydney, Delhi, Zurich. There's a whole cities that have to get populated with Air Canada staff so that when the aircraft does operate from Canada to those cities, there's a crew ready to basically take that aircraft and bring it home. So it's a logistical complexity in logistics to get everything all set up. So I don't think that 7 days is a stretch to get everything back to normal. 10 may be a little much, but 7 days we should be back to normal by 7.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of us think about the fact that they have to fly out those staffs to the locations in order to accommodate those flights back here to Canada. The airline says 150,000 people were impacted daily here. Some have been left stranded abroad, as you have touched on. So as these operations resume, I'm wondering, who is the airline going to be prioritizing? Is it people who had their flights canceled and are still stuck? Or is it the flights that are going to be arriving on time that they have not been canceled in the coming days?
Well, there's going to be a lot more cancellations because, like I said, Air Canada is going to take a few days to get going. I figure there's another 200,000 or 300,000 people whose flights are going to be affected by cancellations. So there's a lot of people. There's about 500,000 that are currently affected. There's another 200,000 or 300,000 coming. So that's a lot of people that have to be accommodated. Hopefully on other airlines. I don't think they're going to want to stick around for the Air Canada flight to show up, because when the Air Canada flight is showing up, that flight's already full. So there's not a lot of wiggle room for passengers. If you have a reservation, don't cancel it. And if they offer you a return trip on another carrier, please do take it, because it could take a while for Air Canada to be able to recover everybody. The ideal situation would have been rescue flights out there to get everybody home. This time of year, no such thing. Air Canada might have to charter airplanes to get some of these passengers home, but that's Air Canada's.
Yes, this is happening all at the height of the travel season. So I'm wondering, how much money would the last few days how much did it come at a cost for the company?
Well, in terms of revenue loss, it's difficult to do, but I'll just pick a number and I'll just say at least $100 million worth of revenue loss, which translates pretty close to profit loss as well. So it's been an expensive 4 days.
Yeah. So a deal has been struck here, but for those traveling, just know that the impacts will continue to be felt. So just tune in to the latest here. John Graddick, as always, we appreciate you for taking the time to speak with us.
My pleasure. Have a great day.